Okay, it is Luxury Fred. How are you today? So this is the first in a series of reviews of more regular cars. And thank you very much in advance for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I just passed 12,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for watching and for subscribing. So this, my friends, is the 2018 Nissan Murano SV all-wheel drive. Pronounce it Murano, but anyhow, so this is the 2018 Nissan Murano SV all-wheel drive, and this is their, as they call it, mid-size crossover SUV. They have some bigger ones and they have some smaller ones as well, and this seats, I guess, 5 people and has a big space in the back, but it doesn't have the third row of seats. So I mentioned this is the SV model. There's an S, an SV, an SL, and a Platinum version of the Murano. The S, the most basic version, starts at $30,800, and the most expensive, the Platinum version, starts at $42,230. So again, this is probably in the middle. Now's a good time to mention that this particular Murano I rented from National Car Rental, and I used a very cool website called EasyRentCars.com, EasyRentCars.com, and throw in a little plug for them because it's a very cool website. It's kind of a like Kayak is for flights. If you put in your dates and your cities at EasyRentCars.com, then it will show you all of the various options and prices from a bunch of different companies. You can compare, and then you can rent the car right there on the site. Again, EasyRentCars.com. So this is from National Rent-A-Car, and I really like it. To me, after reviewing so many cars, a big factor for me is the power to weight ratio, or the size of the engine compared to, well, I guess that's the same thing, the size of the engine compared to the size of the car. So this has a very nice 260 horsepower V6 engine, which just matches this car's weight very well. And the gearing on it also, I'm not sure what speed transmission it has. Again, it's a rental. I don't know a lot of the details. But the transmission gearing is very sporty. So it has good acceleration, and it really uses that 260 horsepower very well. I just had the Lexus GX460. They're almost big, almost super big full-size SUV. It's the same size as a Toyota 4Runner. That had a big V8 engine, but for whatever reason, it was slow. The gearing on the engine and all that, you had to floor it to really get it to, you know, give you any kind of fun or responsive performance. But anyhow, so this has a 260 horsepower V6, and the ride is very car-like. It's very comfortable, it's very quiet, the handling is very good. I like the power delivery from the all-wheel drive, And overall, it's impressive. It has impressed me, which is why I wanted to do a quick little review for you. At this point, let me do this. Let me give you a quick walk around of the outside of the Murano. And if I must give my opinion, I think this is the weakest part of the car, but that's okay, because if you're driving it, you can't see it. And I think the ride quality and the other stuff that I'm going to talk about, or that I might have talked about already, make up for maybe it's not the most attractive thing from the outside. So you have kind of a bulbous front end here. I do like the, the latest version of the Nissan grille and headlights. Does have a cool look with the LED headlights kind of dipping down into the grille there. And side view's okay. I just think that front hood for some reason has kind of a weird look to it. But side view, kind of, they're able to pack a lot of space into that shape. And you would be surprised how big it is when you get inside based on the side view. And then the rear, I do like the rear. Again, this is the SV all-wheel drive model. But I do like the modern, the tail lights here with the clear section, and again that same kind of indented angle that you have on the front grille there, so they kind of continue that styling element throughout. And now let me give you a closer look at the interior. So again, this is the SV, which is the kind of second trim level up from the base model. Have a very nice, stylish, contemporary interior. A lot of cool, different materials. This isn't aluminum, but it's kind of a grained plastic there. And I like the stitching here, and I like the stitching here. Kind of gives it a little more luxurious touch. So inside you have your hood release and your gas cap down there. I never like to see all these empty buttons, which obviously in other models have things. Traction control off, brightness and trip reset for your instrument panel. Very nice, simple instrument panel, but you have kind of a digital section here where you can change, well, anyhow, you can change the mode. I don't know how to do that right now. And then nice center stack again with that grained kind of plastic here. Push button start stop. This is all-wheel drive. I'll talk a little bit about the what it's like to drive in a second. Something I don't like about the radio is every time you turn it off, it kind of resets. So right now I'm listening to an FM station. If I turn it off, it goes back to AM, and not sure why that is. Maybe because I'm not listening to a preset or something like that. So you have your climate controls here with automatic, and then you do have dual zone climate controls for the left and the right side. The seats are kind of almost a velour fabric. You do have the stitching that continues on the seats there. I like that. Big center console with your power outlet there. What else? So you have cup holder here, you have an empty space here. This feels like it needs a cover. This is your USB and your aux input over there. And let me show you the rear seat. Again, I really like this stitching throughout the interior. It gives it a nice high-end feel. Something I like about this car, it has a low, flat floor. A lot of these SUVs are raised up and have so much mechanical stuff in them that you don't have a lot of footroom all the time. In this you do. I'll show you the back in a sec. This is a two-row SUV, but we do have a big cargo space in the back. So as you can see, when you get in the back seat, very comfortable and lots of footroom here. Like the velour, you know, the kind of finish on these, which I'm sure is durable. You do have a center armrest with a little space and cup holders there. And then let me show you how the seat goes down. So you pull here and it automatically kind of pulls forward like that. So you can see that you have a 60/40, and that was the 40. And then this is the other part. Pull that down, and then you can see that you have a large, you know, kind of a hatchback space, you might say, back there, but definitely a lot of storage space. Okay, with the seats down like that. And then if we come back here, so we don't have a power operated rear hatch, but then you can see that you do have a nice amount of space. So as you can see, the exterior I'm not a huge fan of. I do like what they've done with the front end and the grille, and also what they've done with the taillights and things like that. The latest design incarnation of this, I think, is very modern and stylish. But overall, it's got a big kind of bulbous front end, and if I had to say it had a weak point, to me it's that overall exterior design. But you know, with an SUV, you're kind of limited by the shape because you need a certain amount of space. The outside shape is dictated by the interior design and room and things like that. So you have that big kind of hatchback area. You have a spacious cabin with room for 5 people, and as you saw with the interior, you've got a lot of good features. It has automatic braking, and then of course you can get the full suite of driver safety and lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control, and all those kinds of things are optional, of course. So I think that concludes my review of the 2018 Nissan Murano SV all-wheel drive. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on social media at Luxury Fred, and at Drive with Fred is my new automotive Instagram. So you can see 0 to 60. I wasn't counting, but you have a reasonable 0 to 60 performance. So follow me on social media at Luxury Fred, at Drive with Fred is my new auto Instagram, and you can read more about my experience in this and all the cars that I drive at luxuryfred.com. Thank you very much for watching.